Chosen one, this Sunday is not arriving by chance, and it is not just another day passing on the calendar. There is a quiet intention woven into it, a sense of order that goes beyond routine or coincidence. Even if your week has been heavy, confusing, or emotionally draining, this day carries a different tone. It is meant to reset you, not through pressure or dramatic change, but through alignment. Chosen one, what has been planned for this Sunday is not meant to rush you or overwhelm you. It is meant to remind you that timing exists, that pauses have purpose, and that moments of renewal are not random. You may wake up feeling lighter without knowing why, or notice that your thoughts feel clearer, or that your heart feels steadier than it has in days. These are not small things. They are signs that something has been arranged with care, not to impress you, but to support you. Before you go any further, stay with this message until the very end, because each part builds on the last, and something here is meant to meet you exactly where you are. In the comments, write your warmest wishes and the number 144 as a symbol of alignment and focused intention, acknowledging a chapter of desires coming into form and the act of energizing the universe through calm awareness. This is not about forcing outcomes, but about recognizing readiness. Chosen one, intention placed gently, has a depth that urgency never reaches. Now, chosen one, press the hype button, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's start. Chosen one, Sundays often carry a different kind of energy, but this one is distinct. It is not about doing more. It is about understanding more. You are being given space to breathe, to reflect, and to realign without guilt. There is no demand placed on you to perform or prove anything. This day has been planned as a moment of recalibration, where what has felt scattered begins to settle. You may notice that worries lose some of their intensity, or that solutions feel closer, even if they are not fully visible yet. This is because clarity does not always arrive as answers. Sometimes it arrives as calm. There is also a sense of protection surrounding this day. You are being guided away from unnecessary conflict, unnecessary strain, and unnecessary self-criticism. Chosen one, not every battle needs to be fought, and not every thought deserves your energy. This Sunday is designed to remind you of that truth. When you stop carrying what is not yours to carry, you make room for peace. Peace is not passive, it is restorative. It strengthens you for what comes next. You may find yourself reflecting on the past week, not with regret, but with understanding. Things that confused you before may start to make sense. Conversations may replay in your mind with new clarity. Chosen one, insight often arrives when the noise quiets. This day offers that quiet. It allows you to see patterns without judgment and lessons without self-blame. That perspective shift is not accidental. It is part of what has been planned. There is also an invitation to rest without guilt. Rest is not avoidance. It is preparation. Chosen one, exhaustion clouds perception, but rest restores it. When you allow yourself to slow down, your intuition becomes easier to hear. You may feel drawn to simple comforts, gentle routines, or moments of stillness. These are not distractions, they are signals that your system is recalibrating. Listen to them. This Sunday is not about grand announcements or dramatic changes. It is about subtle alignment that sets the tone for what follows. Chosen one, small internal shifts often lead to significant external outcomes. A calmer decision, a clearer boundary, a renewed sense of direction. These changes may seem quiet, but they are powerful. They create momentum without strain. Trust that what unfolds on this day does not need to be forced. You do not need to plan every moment or anticipate every outcome. Chosen one, what has been arranged will meet you where you are. Stay present. Stay open. Let this Sunday do what it was meant to do. Restore your balance, strengthen your clarity, and remind you that you are not navigating life alone. This day carries intention, and that intention is working in your favor, even if it expresses itself softly. Chosen one, as this Sunday continues to unfold, you may begin to notice how gently it asks you to release what you have been holding too tightly. This release is not dramatic. It happens quietly, almost without effort. Thoughts that usually loop begin to slow. Emotional weight that felt constant starts to ease. This is not because your problems vanished overnight, but because your relationship with them is shifting. Chosen one, perspective changes everything. When pressure lifts, even slightly, space opens for understanding to enter. There is a sense of reassurance woven into this day. You may feel it in small moments, a calm breath, a sense of reassurance while doing something ordinary, or a sudden clarity about something that had been confusing. These moments are subtle, but they matter. Chosen one, reassurance does not always come as answers. Sometimes it comes as the absence of fear. That absence allows your inner voice to speak more clearly. You are also being reminded that rest is not a reward you earn after exhaustion. It is a necessity that sustains you. Chosen one, this Sunday is not asking you to be productive or impressive. It is asking you to be present. Presence restores balance. When you are present, you stop replaying the past and stop worrying about the future. You meet life where it is, and that meeting point is where clarity lives. You may feel less inclined to engage in noise, whether that noise is external distractions or internal self-criticism. This is not withdrawal, it is awareness. Chosen one, when awareness deepens, you naturally gravitate toward what feels real and nourishing. You begin to recognize which thoughts deserve your attention and which ones can be released. This discernment is part of what has been planned for this day. There is also an opportunity here to reset your emotional rhythm. The week may have demanded quick responses, compromises, or emotional endurance. This Sunday offers you a pause. Chosen one, pauses are not interruptions. They are realignments. In a pause, your nervous system settles, and when it settles, your judgment improves. You are able to see what truly matters without the distortion of urgency. You may notice a renewed sense of gratitude arising naturally. Not forced, not performative, but quiet appreciation for what is steady in your life. Chosen one, gratitude stabilizes the heart. It does not deny challenges, but it places them in context. When you see what has been holding you up, you stop fearing every small shake. This steadiness is part of the foundation being reinforced today. There is also a gentle invitation to trust the flow of your own pace. You do not need to compare where you are to where others seem to be. Chosen one, comparison disrupts alignment. This Sunday is about returning to your own rhythm, honoring your own timing, and accepting that progress does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes progress looks like peace. As the day moves forward, allow yourself to engage with it simply. You do not need to extract meaning from every moment. Meaning will surface naturally when you are relaxed enough to notice it. Chosen one, what has been planned for this Sunday will not require effort to reveal itself. It will meet you in calm moments, in quiet realizations, and in the gentle assurance that you are being guided, supported, and restored exactly as you need to be. Chosen one, as this Sunday settles more deeply into its rhythm, you may begin to feel a quiet sense of alignment returning to you. It is not dramatic or overwhelming. It is steady and reassuring. This is the kind of alignment that does not announce itself loudly, but you recognize it by how your body relaxes and your thoughts slow down. Chosen one, when alignment is present, you stop bracing for what might go wrong and start noticing what is already holding you together. There is a softness to this day that invites honesty with yourself. You may become more aware of what has been draining you and what has been quietly sustaining you. This awareness is not meant to judge or criticize. It is meant to inform. Chosen one, clarity without self-judgment, is one of the most healing experiences you can have. It allows you to acknowledge what needs to change without feeling overwhelmed by it. You may notice that your emotional reactions feel less intense than usual. Situations that might have triggered frustration or worry earlier in the week may now feel manageable or distant. This does not mean you stopped caring. It means your nervous system is settling. Chosen one, a settled nervous system restores perspective. When perspective returns, you remember that not everything needs an immediate response and not every thought deserves belief. This Sunday also carries a reminder about trust. Not blind trust, but grounded trust built from experience. You have lived through uncertainty before and found your way forward. You have adapted, learned, and continued even when the path was unclear. Chosen one, remembering your own resilience strengthens your present moment. It shifts your focus from fear of the unknown to confidence in your ability to respond. There may be moments today where you feel drawn to simplicity. Simple conversations, simple routines, simple moments of quiet. These are not signs of stagnation. They are signs of recalibration. Chosen one, simplicity clears the mental clutter that accumulates during busy or demanding periods. In that cleared space, insight has room to surface naturally. You might also feel less pressure to control outcomes. The need to predict or manage every detail begins to loosen. Chosen one, control often comes from fear of loss. When fear softens, control relaxes. This relaxation does not make you careless. It makes you adaptable. Adaptability is one of the greatest strengths you can have as you move into the next phase of your life. As the hours pass, you may sense a quiet readiness forming within you. Not readiness to act immediately, but readiness to receive clarity when it comes. Chosen one, readiness does not always look like action. Sometimes it looks like patience, presence, and openness. These qualities ensure that when insight arrives, you recognize it without confusion. This day is also reinforcing the importance of boundaries. You may feel more comfortable stepping back from conversations or obligations that feel heavy. This is not avoidance. It is discernment. Chosen one, knowing when to engage and when to rest, is part of emotional maturity. This balance preserves your energy and strengthens your sense of self. Let this Sunday continue to unfold without expectation. You do not need to extract a lesson from every moment. Some days are meant simply to restore balance. Chosen one, restoration is not passive. It is active preparation. As this day progresses, trust that what has been planned is doing its work quietly, steadying your thoughts, softening your heart, and reminding you that you are supported, guided, and exactly where you need to be. Chosen one, as this Sunday continues, there is a deeper settling taking place, one that reaches beyond thoughts and into your sense of being. You may notice that you are less pulled by urgency and more guided by intuition. This is not accidental. When a day is planned for restoration, it gently loosens the grip of pressure and reminds you that not everything requires immediate resolution. Chosen one, this easing is part of the design. It allows you to hear yourself again beneath the noise of expectations and obligations. There is also a subtle invitation to forgive yourself today, not necessarily for one specific thing, but for the accumulated weight of self-criticism you may have been carrying. You have done the best you could with what you knew at the time. Chosen one, recognizing this truth does not make you complacent. It makes you compassionate. Compassion restores energy that judgment drains. This restoration is essential for moving forward with clarity rather than regret. You may find that your thoughts drift toward the future, but without the anxiety that once accompanied them. Instead of imagining worst-case scenarios, you may notice a neutral or even hopeful curiosity. This shift matters. Chosen one, fear narrows the future, while calm expands it. When your mind is calm, you can envision possibilities without feeling overwhelmed by them. This expanded vision is part of what this day is offering you. There is also a strengthening of inner boundaries happening now. You may feel clearer about what you are willing to give your time and energy to, and what you are not. This clarity does not need justification. Chosen one, boundaries are not defenses. They are declarations of self-respect. When you honor them, you align your actions with your values. That alignment creates stability that carries beyond this day. As this Sunday moves forward, you may experience moments of quiet contentment. Not excitement, not distraction, but a simple sense that things are okay right now. These moments are powerful. Chosen one, contentment grounds you in the present. It reminds you that peace is not something you chase in the future. It is something you allow in the now. This grounding prepares you to face the coming week with greater resilience. You might also feel less reactive to external opinions or expectations. What others think or demand may feel less urgent. This does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop centering your worth on external validation. Chosen one, when self-worth stabilizes internally, external noise loses its authority. This internal stability is part of what has been planned for you today. There is an invitation here to trust the process of your own becoming. You do not need to have everything figured out to be moving in the right direction. Chosen one, clarity often arrives through lived experience rather than prior certainty. This Sunday is helping you become comfortable with that truth, easing the pressure to know everything in advance. As the day continues, allow yourself to remain open without expectation. You do not need a dramatic sign or a sudden realization. Sometimes the most meaningful shifts happen quietly, almost unnoticed at first. Chosen one, what has been planned for this Sunday is not meant to impress you, but to steady you. That steadiness will carry forward, shaping how you respond, decide, and move in the days ahead. Chosen one, as this Sunday reaches deeper into its purpose, you may start to feel a quiet strengthening within yourself. It is not the kind of strength that pushes or demands, but the kind that steadies and reassures. You may realize that you are no longer holding yourself as tightly as before. The constant need to anticipate problems, to prepare for disappointment, or to brace for impact begins to soften. Chosen one, this softening is not carelessness. It is trust returning to its natural place. You might notice that your inner dialogue becomes kinder. Thoughts that once criticized or rushed you may now pause or lose their intensity. This shift matters more than you realize. Chosen one, the way you speak to yourself shapes how you experience everything else. When the inner voice becomes calmer, the outer world feels less hostile. This Sunday is gently guiding you toward that inner calm, not by force, but by relief. There is also a growing sense of perspective forming. Things that felt overwhelming earlier in the week may now appear manageable or temporary. You are able to step back and see the bigger picture. Chosen one, perspective is a form of wisdom. It reminds you that moments pass, emotions evolve, and challenges do not define the entirety of your path. This broader view allows you to respond rather than react. You may feel less urgency to fix everything at once. The pressure to resolve every issue immediately begins to lift. Chosen one, not everything needs closure right now. Some things need time, and some things resolve themselves when you stop forcing them. This understanding creates space for patience, and patience creates space for clarity. As this understanding settles, you may feel a renewed sense of readiness for the week ahead. Not a rushed readiness, but a grounded one. You are not entering the next phase depleted, you are entering it restored. Chosen one, restoration is not passive. It actively rebuilds your ability to focus, decide and engage with intention rather than exhaustion. There is also a quiet reminder emerging that you are allowed to move at your own pace. You do not need to match anyone else's rhythm. Chosen one, your timing is valid. When you honor it, you conserve energy and reduce inner conflict. This alignment with your own pace ensures that progress feels sustainable rather than forced. You may find yourself feeling more connected to what truly matters to you. Distractions lose some of their appeal, and priorities become clearer. This clarity does not arrive with pressure. It arrives with ease. Chosen one, when clarity comes easily, it means you are aligned. This alignment is one of the greatest gifts this Sunday offers you. As the day continues, allow yourself to trust this sense of steadiness. You do not need to analyze it or hold on to it tightly. Simply let it be. Chosen one, what has been planned for this Sunday is working quietly, reinforcing your balance and preparing you for what comes next without demanding effort from you. Carry this calm forward with you. Let it inform how you think, how you respond, and how you treat yourself. Chosen one, this Sunday is not just a pause in your journey. It is a recalibration. And that recalibration will continue to support you long after the day has passed. Chosen one, as this Sunday gently comes to a close, its purpose does not end with the day itself. What has been set in motion continues quietly, carrying forward into the moments that follow. You may not notice an immediate external change, and that is perfectly okay. Some of the most meaningful shifts do not announce themselves right away. They settle in first, becoming part of how you think, how you feel, and how you move through the world. Chosen one, this is one of those shifts. You may feel a calm confidence accompanying you as the day fades, a sense that you are better prepared for what lies ahead than you were before. This confidence is not built on certainty, but on trust. Trust that you can meet whatever comes with awareness rather than fear. Chosen one, when trust replaces tension, you stop exhausting yourself with imagined outcomes. You conserve energy for what actually matters. There is also a subtle reassurance now that you do not have to carry everything alone. The weight you have been holding begins to feel lighter, not because responsibilities disappear, but because your relationship with them has changed. Chosen one, support does not always arrive by removing challenges. Sometimes it arrives by strengthening your ability to face them without losing yourself. That strengthening has been happening today. As you look toward the coming week, you may notice a shift in how you anticipate it. Instead of bracing for difficulty, you may feel more neutral, even open. This openness matters. Chosen one. Openness allows solutions to appear where resistance once blocked them. When you are not closed off by fear, guidance becomes easier to recognize. There is also a reminder here to carry forward the gentleness you allowed yourself today. Gentleness is not weakness. It is wisdom. Chosen one, when you treat yourself with patience, you make better decisions and recover more quickly from setbacks. This gentleness will serve you well as life continues to unfold. You may still encounter moments of stress or uncertainty, but they will feel different now. They will pass through you rather than define you. Chosen one, this is the mark of inner stability. When stability is present, emotions move without taking control. You remain grounded even as circumstances shift. Let this Sunday close without pressure to extract a final lesson or conclusion. Some days are meant simply to restore your balance and remind you of what truly matters. Chosen one, this day has done its work. It has steadied your thoughts, softened your heart, and realigned you with your own rhythm. Carry that alignment forward quietly. You do not need to announce it or defend it. Simply live from it. Chosen one, what has been planned for this Sunday will continue to support you, not as a single moment, but as a foundation. And from that foundation, you will move into what comes next with clarity, calm, and the deep knowing that you are guided, supported, and exactly where you need to be. Chosen one, this final continuation is meant to let everything settle into quiet certainty rather than anticipation. By now, the tone of this Sunday may feel less like an event and more like a state of being. That is intentional. What was planned for you was never meant to impress you for a moment, but to stabilize you for what comes next. Chosen one, when something truly supports you, it does not demand attention. It integrates gently and becomes part of how you move forward. You may notice that as the day fully completes, there is less need to analyze how you feel. The urge to label, explain, or measure the impact fades. This is a sign that alignment has moved beneath the surface. Chosen one, when something settles deeply, it does not need constant confirmation. It simply becomes real through experience. You carry it without effort. There is also a quiet confidence now in your ability to face the days ahead. Not confidence rooted in certainty, but confidence rooted in adaptability. You may not know exactly how everything will unfold, but you trust yourself to respond with awareness. Chosen one, this trust changes everything. It means you no longer approach life as something to survive, but something to participate in with presence. You might reflect on how different this Sunday felt compared to others, not necessarily better in obvious ways, but steadier, more grounded, less reactive. This steadiness is not temporary. Chosen one, when calm is introduced intentionally, it leaves an imprint. That imprint influences how you think, how you speak, and how you choose long after the moment has passed. There is also an easing around the future. You no longer feel the same pressure to predict or control what comes next. Instead, there is room for curiosity. Chosen one, curiosity keeps you open without exhausting you. It allows you to move forward with interest rather than fear. From that state, life responds differently. As this message reaches its end, allow it to close without urgency or demand. Nothing needs to be rushed. Nothing needs to be proven. Chosen one, readiness is not loud. It is calm recognition. It is the quiet confidence that whatever unfolds next will meet you prepared, grounded, and aware. And when amazement arrives, It will not feel foreign. It will feel like confirmation that everything leading up to this moment had purpose. Chosen one, this final extension is meant to close the circle gently, without adding weight or expectation. What has unfolded through this Sunday and through these words is not something you need to hold tightly. It is something you carry naturally now, like a steadier breath or a clearer sense of direction. You may not consciously think about it, but it will show itself in how you respond, how you choose, and how you move forward. Chosen one, integration does not ask for effort. It happens when understanding has reached the right depth. You may notice in the days that follow that you are less reactive to small disruptions. Things that once unsettled you may now pass with less impact. This is not because life has suddenly become easier, but because you have become more grounded. Chosen one, groundedness changes how challenges are experienced. They become information rather than threats. From that place, solutions feel more accessible and less stressful. There is also a quiet strengthening of trust, continuing beyond this moment. Trust not only in what guides you, but in yourself. You begin to recognize that you have navigated uncertainty before and emerged with greater awareness each time. Chosen one, remembering your own resilience reinforces calm. It reminds you that you are capable of adapting, learning, and realigning whenever needed. You may also feel less urgency to fill silence or stillness. Stillness no longer feels empty. It feels supportive. Chosen one, when stillness becomes comfortable, insight has space to surface. Ideas arrive without force. Understanding deepens without strain. This comfort with stillness is one of the most lasting gifts of this experience. As you move forward, allow your pace to remain your own. There is no requirement to accelerate or delay. Chosen one, alignment is not measured by speed. It is measured by coherence, how well your actions, thoughts, and values move together. When coherence is present, progress feels natural rather than exhausting. You may also find that your sense of gratitude becomes quieter but more consistent, not tied to specific outcomes, but to an overall sense of support. Chosen one, this kind of gratitude stabilizes you. It does not rise and fall with circumstances. It remains as a steady undercurrent that keeps you oriented even when things change. Let this be the lasting tone rather than a single moment. You do not need to revisit these words to make them work. They have already done what they needed to do. Chosen one, what was planned for this Sunday, continues to express itself through clarity, calm, and quiet confidence. There is nothing more you need to add, nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to prove. Chosen one, carry this steadiness forward simply by being present with it. Life will meet you there, and what unfolds next will do so with purpose, alignment, and a sense of rightness that you no longer need to question. Chosen one, this continuation is meant to let everything settle even more deeply, without adding anything new to carry. At this point, the message is no longer something you are actively receiving. It has become something you are inhabiting. That is how you know it has reached its purpose. When words stop feeling instructional and start feeling familiar, integration has already begun. Chosen one, familiarity is the sign that alignment has taken root. You may notice that your sense of time feels different now. Not rushed, not stagnant, but steady. The urge to constantly look ahead or mentally rehearse what comes next softens. You become more comfortable being where you are, even as life continues to move. Chosen one, this comfort does not slow progress. It refines it. When you are no longer mentally ahead of yourself, Your actions become more intentional and less reactive. There is also a subtle shift in how you relate to effort. Effort no longer feels like strain, it feels like participation. You do what needs to be done without internal resistance or self-pressure. Action becomes quieter and more natural as you engage without pressure and allow progress to unfold steadily.